Mm. Oh, yeah. Hello, and welcome to Comic Review. Second episode now. This is where I started. Excited to be doing it, and let's get into it. It's kind of flooded now. Pretty annoying. I was said that this is supposed to be a great purpose on the water. It's not funny, like it's just kind of pretty annoying. So, let's get into it.
Hello and welcome back to Comic Review. Today we're going to take a look at aka Sherman's Lagoon. Now, Sherman's Lagoon has been going on since 1991, and its creator Jim Toomey actually seems pretty passionate about what he does. Unlike Family Circus, where it's pretty much mandatory for the son to continue drawing his dad's comic, Sherman's Lagoon just seems like he genuinely enjoys what he does. He even has videos on his YouTube channel of him drawing, coloring, like speed art of his cartoons, with him commentating over it. And he says he's all about saving the world's oceans. And it's cool to actually have a goal with your comic when you're making it. The problem is, it's still a comic, so it's still supposed to be funny. Now, Sherman's Lagoon is sort of a coin flip when it comes to being funny, not just between funny or not funny, but pretty much between two specific types of jokes. Either good jokes, which is punchline, setup, possibly reaction, actually some like intelligence to the punchline, and then the other half being, haha, I am a shark, I like to eat people. And I get that you can make a few jokes about being a shark if your comic is about a shark, but that's like half of the jokes in the entire comic. Haha, look at that human up there. I'm a human. Wow, Sherman, that's a pretty cool human. What are you gonna do? I'm going to eat the human.
Sweet mama!
Even though basically half of the jokes are just about sharks being sharks, I can pretty much tolerate it because the other half of jokes are actually decent. And unlike Family Circus, Sherman's Lagoon has become more like modern over time. It's not just sneaking in pop culture references or being like, haha, my name is Sherman the Shark and I love playing Clash Royale. It's actually jokes about the internet and phones and things like that. And without sounding too preachy or annoying, they can actually talk about those things, which is pretty cool to me. One thing that's also like half of a compliment to Sherman's Lagoon is that it's sort of a baseline comic. When I get my Sunday comics, the first comic that's like always on the first page is Sherman's Lagoon, and I think that's great, because Sherman's Lagoon is just that sort of comic that you can actually compare to other comics to see whether or not they're bad. I'd also like to point out that Sherman's Lagoon has a very nice art style. And I forgot to mention art style in the Family Circus review, but that's because the art style in Family Circus is so forgettable. Sherman's Lagoon has a very good art style, and you can pretty much tell that the creator draws everything himself. It has a sort of raw look. Even the panels are hand-drawn, or at least have a bit of effect to them instead of just being like bland square panels. And Sherman's Lagoon is also drawn in a lot of different angles. Unlike a lot of comics that just have characters talking back and forth, Sherman's Lagoon has different angles even if they are just having a conversation. Zoom-ins on one character, both characters, zoom-outs, just shadow shots. And that's interesting to me, and it shows extra effort, and also prevents the comic from just being copy-pasted for like 3 panels, which is disgusting. Don't do that. Overall, Sherman's Lagoon has a very sort of neat kind of sloppiness, which I think a lot of people can enjoy. It's a good example of a comic all ages can enjoy, unlike some comics which just reuse the same joke or say the same thing. Because of course, just because it's made for kids doesn't mean it should be the worst thing that exists on the planet. Overall, I would give Sherman's Lagoon a perfect 10 out of 14. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm gonna try to continue uploading these. I was just busy with things for a while. Got some sickiness that was pretty yucky. Ideally, with this setup, I would have the comic that I'm talking about behind me. But in this situation, I don't think I'm going to, because in the event that I review something like Marmaduke, I don't want to buy like a 5-inch Marmaduke anthology. I don't feel comfortable investing in the Marmaduke stock. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed. Tell me what you think below. Tell me if you have a comment that you want me to review. And I will see you tomorrow.
Thank you for your continued support of ShroopaDoop. The revolution is coming.